Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Enter the Gungeon. I guess we're doing the robot next. This scares the shit out of me, basically. We've never had a robot victory. We're coming off a loss. I don't think it was a particularly strong loss. Like, I played maybe average for me, which is, you know, I'm not trying to say that that makes it an amazing game. I'm not trying to say that that makes it a terrible game. It just makes it a game. But we had some shit items, and especially by the end of that run, basically it was just like some do not go gentle into that good night shit. But on the bright side, hey, the robot has an okay gun that is immune to running out of ammunition. Do we have problems associated with the robot? Yeah, I mean, this is what, like the 19,000th robot run we've done? You probably don't need me to talk ad nauseum, you know, in case you haven't already thrown up about the dangers of taking damage early and what that means when, you know, you have no prospects to, you know, get yourself out of a situation after it starts to go wrong. You know, it's kind of like getting like a criminal record in some places in the world when you're like 18 years old in one day. You know, technically you're an adult. You can be tried as an adult. Maybe you shoplifted, you know. Two different styles of, you know, justice. Some people think you throw the book at them, use it as like an opportunity to teach and to dissuade them from shoplifting in the future, but it can still mess your whole life up. Although I think your record gets expunged like every 7. I have no idea, honestly. But either way, that's what it's like to be the robot and take damage early on a run. It's like you got this early felony charge on your head here, and then you try to get a job, and they go, oh, looks like you stole something from Shoppers Drug Mart. It's a Canadian pharmacy. When you were 18, now you're 40. Sorry, can't give you this job shoveling my shit. You know, and there's good people that have made mistakes in their life. In fact, show me a good person who hasn't made a mistake, and I'll show you a dang liar. Or Wayne Gretzky. I mean, he's Mr. Perfect. At least in my eyes. That's what it's like to be the robot and take a hit and lose a little bit of your armor early on. It's like he got one little charge for smoking the reefer at a folk festival at a Norah Jones concert, and all of a sudden now no one will hire him. Thanks a lot, Norah Jones. So what we have to do is remain ever vigilant and not touch that sticky green goodness. Just enjoy the light jazz stylings of Miss Norah Jones. What the fuck am I even talking about here? Basically what I'm trying to get at is, don't take damage as the robot. That's probably like the easiest way to win. Don't like coming across a brown chest early. Obviously, much more interested in opening whatever the other chest is gonna be. I would actually love to get a, like, green chest or higher gun. I know that, you know, the road to... They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, the road to heaven, as the robot, I think, is paved with good passives. But I feel like early on, I would really benefit from having a green level gun, just to make greener up. Just to make bosses a little easier, and, you know, I have no problem shooting the other chest. And then, maybe we even... I was gonna say maybe we even want to go to the oubliette, but we probably don't, honestly. Just a little too dangerous. So we'll open the blue chest. Gives us the orange, which does nothing for us as the robot, which is really unfortunate. Like, literally nothing. Which means that the other chest is going to be a brown level gun, which I think means we have, like, absolutely no interest in getting it. We'll get our key, we'll go fight our boss, and then we'll head down to the next floor. We'll see if maybe we get an opportunity to use blanks. If we get, like, 2 keys from this boss fight, we'll probably consider opening the brown level chest, just because it could be the sling. But even if it's like the crossbow, basically, what do I care? I think that we're almost better off with the robot's right hand than with the crossbow. So you just want to make sure you're taking out explosive barrels whenever possible. Rest assured, I am aware that I probably should have been using the coolant a little earlier. Okay, that was real bad. Did not take damage, though. All is forgiven. Maybe instead of fighting him over there, we should just fight him over here. We got a little bit more real estate. We're not hemmed in like one horizontal or vertical area. We really should be able to kill Gatling Gun. Oh, you idiot! By kill, I meant flawless. Okay, so I'm dumb. But you know what happened there is I went, every instinct of my brain was like, go to the other section of the map. And then, I was like, no, I just said I'm not gonna go to I'm not gonna go to the other side of the map. You dummy. And then I just took damage like an idiot. I guess the Crestfaller is gonna be our room clearer. We're not gonna touch the other chest. We're just gonna head down to the next floor. That was real bad. At least we got armor for finishing the fight, but yeah, that was terrible. I got in one little scrap and my mom got scared. She said, your streak as the robot is gonna reach otherworldly levels. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. A negative streak. Well, it's still a streak. You can have a losing streak. It's not like they call it a sleek or something like that. That'd be ridiculous. We already have polymorphic words. Let's not make the English language, you know, that much tougher on ourselves to understand. Stuff. The other thing, like our secondary goal right now, is generate enough money to buy something awesome. The earlier we find something awesome, the better it'll be for us. If we ever find something awesome, which I'd say is relatively likely. Now, we didn't even look for a secret room on the last floor. That's because, unfortunately, I used both of my blanks. Ooh, I didn't even know that the bullet was down there. We used both of our blanks trying to flawless the Gatling Gull, and that fight was handled extremely poorly, I've got to admit. And unlike the Amoconda fight, I can't really be like, well, it was the Gatling Gull, the hardest of all the first floor bosses. I actually feel like the hardest first floor boss is probably the Bullet King. But he's pretty close to the Gatling Gull, but they're all flawlessable. Like, I am really disappointed when I don't flawless the first floor boss. No matter what it is. I'm somewhat disappointed when I don't flawless the second floor boss, but if it's the Amoconda, I'm like, you know what, fair play. You got me. He's a dick. A waka. That wasn't me just doing a Pac-Man impression. That's the sound the robot makes when he rolls. Great work. All right. I mean, it's normally I like to do a little bit of like a how's your father on this run. Be like, well, how's the run going so far? Honestly, it's too early to tell. You know the Nos song from his landmark 1992 album Illmatic? Well, to be fair, his name's Nos. And then he's got the hard A there, and then he goes for the soft A in Illmatic. It's like, make up your mind. English language. This is what this episode is going to be, is just me railing against the English language. Hey, English language! You think you're so clever with all of your vowels having at least 2 different ways to sound themselves out. That's stupid. Why don't you take a little hint from Korean? Every letter is pronounced exactly the same way every time. New no-nos. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Space friend, a friend from space. Did I write the item description for this? I think the Crestfaller is decent for boss killing. What are my hopes and dreams right now? Beholder, Beholster, Milady. We got a junk salesman, which we don't have any junk because I didn't go back and shoot that other chest, but we could sell him a shitty weapon. I don't know if we have a shitty weapon to sell at the present moment, but like the Crestfaller seems, I'm not gonna say pivotal to our game plan, but it is. I got caught on the fucking wall. That's the first time in a while that I felt like I dodged and something fucked me there. I'll take ownership for it, but it hurts me deep down in my soul. I'll be the first to admit that. That never should have taken damage there. I tracked that shot all the way in. Okay, we got 3 blanks. A lot of money from that back there, which is good. Keep buying keys as well. You know, there's pretty solid ammo there. Okay, this is good. Green level gun. It's actually pretty terrible. The face melter. Every time I get this gun, and now like bringing it up is not gonna make it any better, but every time I get this damn gun, and I said the D word and I mean it. Pardon my French. People go, hey, dummy, did you know that with the face melter, when you reload, it puts an amp on the ground, and then the amp also shoots the notes that you make with the face melter. Yes, I'm aware of this. Thank you very much for your support. I love you. Don't know whether to kill you or kiss you, but it's the Amoconda. Shit. Oh god, we blew it already. It doesn't make it good. It's just like the damage output is too low, I think. Ah, we could have had the flawless pretty easily here, I think. We should probably remember that we're playing as the robot and go buy armor. The purchase of armor is pretty essential as the robot, especially when we're not flawlessing bosses. Mind you, not flawlessing the ammo conda is not indicative of a throw. Oh, god damn it. It's not indicative of good play, but it's not indicative of the throw in and of itself. The ammo conda is like a 4th level boss. That might be a little ridiculous, but it is real dang annoying. We do have him, though, and we didn't actually use that much ammo for the Crestfaller. Please give me some ammo back here, because this one's going off the rails. You gave me ammo and keys. I appreciate that. Sorry, armor is what I meant to say, and keys. I appreciate that. It's a great deal. I bombed companion app. What is this? Detonates explosive objects in the current room. I think we got to stick with the coolant. Good news is, did manage to keep 3 blanks. With these 3 blanks, we should try to find the secret room. It doesn't seem like it'd be here, but let's try. Okay. There's no armor for sale, so that makes that decision pretty easy. Do we want to... You know what? I do want to sell the face melter, actually. Got a decent haul for that. Keep the Crestfaller, though. If we can use this to finance something better, that's awesome. Nothing here. Last chance, I'd say here. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape about that. This run is terrible, though. Hey, Tomo, what's up, buddy? We got you a new cardboard box that looks like a castle, and all you want to do is sleep in this old tangerine box. That's fine by me. Hello, I have stolen your iBomb companion app. That's okay. It doesn't bother me, honestly. Tomo, buddy, you're the one. You're... Of our 2 cats, you are one. He likes it. He's having a great time. Alright, 3rd floor with a robot. If we're gonna make this run work, we really have to start pulling it together pretty much right now. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to, like... basically not take damage on this floor, flawless the boss, buy armor, hopefully pick up a decent passive. I mean, we can roll with this gun for a little while, but we can't do so forever. Well, I mean, we can. We have on the last, like, several runs, but I'd prefer not to. That's certainly fair to say. Tomo, what the heck, buddy? You don't like sitting on top of the HTC Vive box anymore? I mean, I didn't think it would be comfortable to begin with, but you kind of, like, you know, made your bed there, and now I figured you just kind of, you know, had to stay in it for stubbornness' sake at this point. So far, so good. 114 credits is really the strongest thing we got going for us right now, I gotta be honest with you. Okay, just shot about 100 rocks. Did no damage to any enemies on the room. We do have Space Friend. I've kind of like, I haven't really talked about Space Friend as a high quality item, and that's because I don't really, you can't rely on it, you know? It's not reliable. It's like he's a, oh god, that was close. In fact, so close I actually thought we got hit. Sure, he's a friend, but he's not like the kind of friend who you were like, hey, I'm in jail, can you bail me out? He's the kind of friend who you're like, hey, you want to come to like our after work social? It'll be fun. And then he's like, yeah, let me see what I got going on that day, you know? That's not to say he's a bad friend. Everybody's got friends at those levels. You can't be a best friend to everybody. Being a best friend's a lot of work. Take it from me. We have... oh god, more enemies. Oh, if we can... I was just gonna say, if we can kill him before he goes down, life would be a lot easier. And it would have been. Alright. Now we get the ammo drops. On a run where... don't seem to need them too much. At least we stayed on the right side of the tracks here. What? NL, was that you? Oh, good. Was that you taking out a Crestfaller to do a tactical shot to slow that enemy down? so that you didn't get screwed yourself? It was indeed. Thank you for noticing. I actually feel like over the past maybe like 20, 25 episodes, our Gungeon play has actually gotten consistently pretty good. Sure, there's been whiffs, you know, like several times on this run. I've only been hit 3 times, but they've been 3 pretty bad times to be hit, and I acknowledge that, but I think our overall level of Gungeon play has gone up from like a 5 to a 6 on average over the past little bit, you know. People always, here's my opinion, let's get into the real shit now. I know you watch for the real shit. People, I think they have a tendency to overestimate how quickly you can get good at something and underestimate how powerful it is to do something consistently. I see it all the time. You know, I'm not gonna learn coding. First off, it's a lifetime of learning. But secondly, I'm not gonna learn coding fast enough to be one of those testimonials that are like, hey, I started learning coding last week and I just got a job as Google. I'm the new CEO. Oh, we gotta open this. And it's the AK-47 that's so good. But I've been learning coding really consistently, you know, putting in several hours a week for the past year and 4 months or so, year and 3 months, I guess. I'm getting pretty good. I see all these posts, they show up, in my own estimation, I'm getting pretty good. I see all these posts, they show up on the programming subreddits. They go, I took 3 days off from work. I need to learn the entirety of the Java language. What do I do? You know, hey, I've got a summer vacation. I want to make the world's next indie game. You know, the next Super Meat Boy or something like that. It's great to have ambition, but people are always like, or many people at least, they want to run up the mountain as fast as possible. They don't understand that if you just take your sweet ass time, in 2 years you're gonna get there. Stop and smell the roses, you know? Stop and smell the stone roses. But I think that's the way I feel about my Gungeon play as well. I know we could use the AK-47 here, and I think we're going to. With all the money we're gonna save from not buying keys, we can always buy more ammo for this thing, hopefully. But I recognize that it does come with, you know, free keys as well if we don't waste them. But it's not like every shot is spending a key. That's not how, like, the opportunity cost of the situation works. We do need a more potent boss killer, I feel. Anyway, that's how I feel about Gungeon. That's how I feel about Isaac. You know, we took a long time to get decent at Isaac. Even, like, a year or 2 after release, I had, like, a 50% win rate. That's pretty bad, looking at, you know, things as they stand now, where we're winning, like, you know, 25 out of 26 runs. I don't think I'm gonna be the world's best Gungeon player, especially with dodges like that. But, if I'm gonna be, it's gonna be because I think I appreciate the value of consistency. And if there's anything I can impart on you, it's the same thing. Every time someone posts summer vacation, I want to have abs by September. This is, you know, again, it's great to have ambition. But what about having abs 10 years from now? I mean, I'm one to talk. My abs, I got an ab. Is it a good ab? It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. Would Channing Tatum be happy with this ab? No, absolutely not. We can definitely check out this now. But I think people are always like, they worry so much about tomorrow. Nobody's worried about 10 years from now. I don't think we want any of these, to be honest with you. I think we want to save our money. And this is, admittedly, it's as borderline preachy as I get, but people, anytime you start a sentence with people, you gotta be careful. But, so many people, I think, you know, they only want something if they can get it quickly. You don't have to live in a world of next day shipping. You can live in a world of, you know, having packages show up at your house every day, but it might take a couple of weeks to get the ball rolling, right? Anyway, that's basically my way of creating an excuse for me to not be great at Gungeon right now, is if I play long enough, I will possibly be great in the future after everybody has long moved on to other stuff. And that's wonderful. I feel like I'm over, you know, June, July so far. That's what we call it in Canada. We don't call it June and July. It's just one big month that's 60 days long. All right, Toma, you want to escape? By all means. Goodbye, my friend. Yeah, you know, over in June, July, I've been a little preachy. And I guess it's like, because I recognize that it's summer vacation for a lot of my demographic. Not everybody. If you're watching this and you're like 25, ooh, I think, yeah, we probably just take Stuffed Star. Which also synergizes with the Brick Breaker. Look at the size of this shot now. And this might be our bona fide boss killer now. But anyway, if you're like, you know, 25, 30, 35, 40, 200, you're watching this and you're going, I'm not part of NL's target demographic. Please do not think that. Mostly because I need your delicious 25 to 40 demographic to sell myself to advertisers. But beyond that, additionally, you know, I have a lot of people that are younger. Not always, but sometimes they got more free time than adults. You know, your dad's always busy mowing the lawn, building shelves. I don't know what other stuff that dads do. You know, this feels like a secret room. Heck yeah. Not a mimic. The armor is actually quite nice here. So I kind of feel like maybe I'm talking to my younger self. And we don't need to buy a key. I almost bought a key. We shouldn't buy a key. I don't think we need to buy armor either. We may never have to use the AK-47 again except as a utility gun. But let's head down to the next floor. Things got a lot better here. So, you know, I was definitely guilty of that. Is like, you know, I in college, there was this workout that kind of started to become popular. It was called Tabata. And it was basically like maximum efficiency. Why work out for an hour when you could just work out for 4 minutes? Does it sound too good to be true? Well, it may or may not be. I'm not a kinesiologist or even a personal trainer. I don't understand this sort of stuff. But the basic principle of Tabata is like, pick a workout. You know, you want to get a good full body workout, take like a body weight squat or a body weight push-up or something like that. Body weight push-up, also commonly known by its Christian name, the push-up. But then what you do is you in today's busy world, it can be hard to find 4 minutes to exercise, but to do so, maybe, you know, cut your morning poop a little short, stop brushing your teeth or something like that, and then you basically work as hard as you can for 45 seconds, and I'm talking like you do push-ups like as fast as you can for 45 seconds, and then for 15 seconds, you take a rest, and then for 45 seconds, you know, you work as hard as you can, 15 seconds, take a rest. You just repeat it 4 times. Now, that might sound easy. It was very alluring to me. It was like a get-rich-quick scheme, but it was like get-jacked-quick. It only takes 4 minutes, man. Yo, I guarantee you, after like a minute and a half of trying Tabata, you're a Tabata, yeah, to be out of there. That didn't really make any sense. Turns out that, you know, 45 seconds of doing push-ups, for most people, is about as much as you can do. You know, you might rattle off like 30, ooh, armor and some extra speed here. No, let's not use that. You might rattle off, you know, 30, 35 push-ups there. That's pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. But then, your arms are getting pretty sore. Don't worry, you got 15 seconds. Long story short, it didn't work. What would have been nice is just like, hey, maybe go out, take like an hour walk. I know in the fitness community, people look down on like, you know, light cardio like that to some extent. Like, oh, you're barely even getting into the next level. Yo, it's not about how you look at 25, man. It's about how your blood levels are at 40. Yeah, I don't want to be broke when I'm 31. They said the best classes go to the fastest. I hit the right trigger there. I swear to you, I hit the right trigger there. Sorry, Mr. West, there's no good classes. Not even electives. Not even prerequisites. You mean I missed my major by a couple of seconds? Now I'm in the shop class or the basket weaving with all the rest of these mother truckers underachieving. He doesn't say mother truckers, though. He says something else. Anyway, wow! Ah! Still safe somehow. I actually, but, you know, so I'm not being preachy anymore. The number one piece of advice that I always come back to after I give any advice is get advice from someone smarter than myself. And I think that's really great advice in general for life. Always seek advice from someone smarter than yourself. And there's always someone smarter than yourself at something. If you're the smartest person in the room, you should be renting another room. See if you can get like, you know, find like a physicist in your neighborhood, and then perhaps they'll have like a little attic or something above their property, and then you can live there for the summer and then learn something about, you know, Brownian motion or something. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I actually think that this run has started to pop off. We're real low on passives, but the AK-47 is so good. And I feel like with the synergy between the Shining Star and the Brick Breaker, that should be good for bosses, but I don't know. I've had the synergy so rarely that I'm actually not totally sure But we'll find out pretty soon. We can just stack together a few more flawlesses. We might have like a way out of this mess. I will say the Brick Breaker is actually pretty good as a room clearer. The problem is we need a boss killer as well. And I don't think the AK-47 really accomplishes that. Like, it's kind of a room clearer in and of itself. So if we can get a good boss killer, I don't mind using the Brick Breaker as a room clearer, although it's a little scary from an ammo perspective, but sure, let's get the Brick Breaker out for now and see how this works. Fallen Priest, or, okay, it is Fallen Priest, unfortunately. I know that sounds like I asked for it and then immediately was like, I don't want this. It's more, oh god, there's, I rolled right into it. I was just gonna say, there's so much shit on the screen. That's alright, don't sweat it. I don't know how we destroyed all those bullets there. We got 3 blanks. Don't be afraid to use 3 blanks. Spaceship's destroying some bullets here, which I'm quite appreciative of. Oh my god. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I used a blank. I probably should have just used the star. I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is the quality room clearer I've always desired. Maybe the AK... Oh, I really thought we were still in invincibility. Maybe the AK-47 is our boss killer. And the Brick Breaker becomes our room clearer starting on the next floor. Dude, thank you, Space Friend. I never realized how potent you are at blocking these shots. I don't mind using our other blank here. I think that's actually fairly sensible. Nice, okay. We took 2 hits. It's not good. At least we got armor back here. I'm happy about that. I feel like the AK-47 is doing okay. You know what? Smiley's revolver is fine. We didn't use that much Brick Breaker ammo, so I'm going to take AK-47 ammo. Okay, we got some sort of special shop off the side here. Duct tape. A woo-hoo. Combines 2 guns. What 2 guns are ideal to combine? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to combine the AK-47. The reasoning is, I don't want to lose its functionality, and I have got a pretty bad track record with it, losing functionality. So I think we're actually going to combine the Brick Breaker and the Crestfaller. So we're going to drop all of our weapons, except the Brick Breaker and the Crestfaller. And the robot's right hand. I'm going to buy duct tape. Please don't. You probably can't even merge it with your default weapon, I'm guessing. Okay, good. So we got a Crestfaller combined with a Brick Breaker now. Then we're going to pick everything back up. That seems pretty fucking dope. Am I wrong? It seems like this is dope. I'm going to use robots? No. Let's use Smiley's revolver. Ooh, we got a gun game sort of deal coming up. Why the Crestfaller? I wanted the damage of the Brick Breaker combined with the the elemental effect of the Crestfaller. I basically wanted to make a Brick Breaker that also froze, and I think we've succeeded in this. All right. Can't use anything but the pea shooter. No problems there. And thank you, by the way. Someone gave me that little tip. Said, like, hey, why don't you just drop every gun that you don't, just absorb all those bullets, man. The egg's on your face, isn't it? Why don't you just drop every gun that you don't want to combine when you get to that duct tape situation? And you know what? It sounded like great advice to me. As long as we didn't forget anything back there. What do you got for me? Frost Giant. Wish I had known about this a little earlier. I might have combined this one instead of combining the glacier. It wasn't the glacier, the Crestfaller, whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, we did a good thing. This guy's got to go. Okay, we got an item coming up. Got an actually pretty nice assortment of weapons. The sling is about as good as it gets. Wow, there's no teleporters. About as good as it gets out of a brown chest. So, honestly, this is like our weapon if things go terribly wrong and we find ourselves on the lich fight with nothing else but this with ammo in it. That's not that bad, honestly. Mind you, we still got to get through all the bullet hell prior to this, but that's inconsequential at this point. I think starting on the next floor, we may start to use the brick breaker. Just trying to buy us a little bit of extra ammo with it. I also feel like maybe I lost the synergy with the brick breaker. Brick breaker, you lost your synergy. Even though we've got the shining star, you see. You ever Mariah Carey, Heartbreaker? It's not really one of her landmark songs. Probably like you're talking All I Want for Christmas, but okay, we don't want to buy ammo. We don't want to buy a key. We don't really want to buy a blank. So, I think that's the end of the line for this floor. Took some dumb damage. 6 armor's not great. It's not that bad, I think. Certainly, I've felt like we've been in worse situations than this. So many, like, weird offshoot rooms now. They're showing up with, like, more regularity. Regularity! Mount up. It's a song about consistency, which is something that I've rallied hard for over the course of this episode. How's this going? It seems pretty sweet. I don't know. I really like the duct tape as an item. I don't know if you should call it the duct tape, but you know what I mean. So it'll curse us to open this chest, if I remember correctly. I think it's worth it. We got Ring of Fire resistance, which, I don't know. I actually feel like this is fairly solid. I get burned occasionally on the, Oh, that sucked real bad. I get burned occasionally on bullet hell. Should be using invincibility, like, a lot more. Okay, invincibility's almost done. Gotta be honest, Crestfaller's not holding it down ammo-wise. You ever notice that you use the duct tape? It combines the guns, but it doesn't fire the one gun as much as you'd like it to. I'm noticing that right now to a large degree. Oh god, it worked. Holy crap, they both got killed before I ended up being in trouble there. A little surprising to me. How do we make this run work? Basically, you know, we had this same situation, or a very similar situation recently, where I was like, we need a miracle to make this work. And I do think that, although this run is pretty good, the miracle thing would still be pretty positive if we could make it happen. So, if we could just get, like, a miracle on every run... I should have just walked through the fire. If we could just get, like, a miracle on every run, that would be close to ideal. So, basically what I'm saying is give me the Mega Hands. But you know me, and at this point, I refuse to give up my, my dragon streak. I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm not saying my dragon streak compares in any way to, you know, the actual streak of beating the game. I'm just saying that, for me personally, it's a small milestone, one which I like to cling to because I'm a small man. Not physically, in stature, I'm probably around an average-sized individual, but, certainly, in terms of the psyche, yes, fragile, weak-egoed, weak-willed, yellow-bellied, and lead-bellied. I don't know what this means. I think it means that I'm cowardly, but I like spicy food. You gotta be careful with that old-timey, you know, American... Ooh, scattershot? Homing bullets. That's substantially better. You gotta be careful of that, like, old American West dialogue, because sometimes you say something and you go, I thought that meant cowardly, and then people go, oh, actually, that was, like, a really racist term. I don't know if it's ever happened to us, but, you never know, right? Like, they were a lot less sensitive back in the day. They were rootin', tootin', and shootin', scrootin', boot scootin' boogie. That's what that song's about, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I feel like Pablo. Oh, we're out of... What in the fuck hit me there? No, I refuse to take that, actually. That bullet did not exist at the time of my conception. Oh, baby. This is going off the rails. No, this is not... This isn't how I go! Albert Finney, 2003 Big Fish, classic movie. I love Big Fish, but I did think to myself at many times during the movie, how great would this be if Johnny Depp was in it and he was playing a character that had sex with Helena Bonham Carter? And I know you, Timmy B, Tim Burton, the Birdmeister, I know you were thinking the same thing. You're looking at that script and you're saying this is a heartfelt coming-of-age tale about what it means to become a man as the man who was the man of your household is passing on. But I'm looking at this script, and I gotta be honest, I don't see any scenes in which Johnny Depp fucks my wife. So perhaps we could I'm thinking we have Johnny Depp as a character. We're gonna call him Eduardo. He's gonna wear a funny wig, and he's gonna sleep with Helena Bonham Carter. This is tough, man, because I do want a gun munch. But the only thing I really want to gun munch is Little Bomber, and even that's not that bad. Like, I feel like the Crestfaller... Ooh, God, that was a surprising shot. The Crestfaller is an item that has 2 items attached. Like, we invested in that with the duct tape, so I really don't want to just get rid of that. I suppose we could get rid of Smiley's revolver, but it's okay. But if we only have, like, you know, X ammo drops... I guess it's not, like, high on the list anymore to get one. The Frost Giant actually has, like, really good damage output. I don't want this run to go because we just got homing bullets. And with 138 credits plus Smiley's revolver, at least for now, we should have an okay chance to get, ooh, that's alright. Pulse Cannon's okay. We should have an okay chance to get something from our shop, provided we live that long, which is, I don't know, a little bit of a crapshoot right now, I think it's fair to say. Hopefully this is just it right here. What did I tell you? Omega Bullets. They are good. We have no armor that we can purchase, so I guess we'll be getting Omega Bullets. This might be the boss right here. It is not the boss. Oh my... No, this isn't how I go! Isn't how I go! I want to see this on the NLSS Circuit Jerk. My face when this isn't how I go. I've been watching, it's all been Dan Giesling pictures lately. Stop cheesing the geese. Oh, regular shotgun is a new candidate to be vacated. Oh, please somehow give me a gun that comes with armor. I'd rather give up regular shotgun with full ammo than Smiley's revolver with 0 ammo, for now. I don't know, Little Bomber might have been worth keeping over Smiley's revolver. 60 bombs is not bad, but let's be honest, it's not likely to make much of a difference right now. It's not the Derringer, right? Yeah, it's a Makarov. I'd say that didn't work out really fantastically, but that's okay, I suppose. Alright, well, the sling has, Omega Bullets attached to it, and it already does decent damage, so I am hopeful that maybe this is our right decision here. It's a decision that saves our life. As you can see, the sling is doing some considerable damage right now. We are now out of blanks. This is a blankless situation. But never give up. Never surrender. Oh no! It's a landmark moment. It's a historic loss. Oh well. I lost a lot of things I shouldn't have lost there. Bad damage. It happens. Every once in a while you just gotta let out a web fart. And then upload it to YouTube to pay for your groceries. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.